welcome to the New Year's Eve practice for the Somerville Sunflowers. When your coach, Coach Martinez, sent her reminder email about practice today, Coach Martinez, by the way, is not an alien.
Mm-hmm.
When Coach Martinez sent that reminder email, she said that there was going to be something very special at practice today.
Ooh.
So, who drove you all to practice today?
We, of course, took the math wagon.
Yeah. Mr. Mathers took us, and always love Mr. Mathers when he takes us there in the math wagon.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. Mindy, it was one of your parents, Mr. Mathers, the mathematician, driving you in a vehicle that you all know and love, the math wagon, a 2001 Toyota Camry with a lot of miles and a lot of memories. And so Mr. Mathers, drives up the service road to Longstock Field where you practice and play, and he throws the car into park and says, "Well, that email from Coach M certainly sounds interesting. Do you know what it might be about?"
No, I sent her a reply, and she was like, didn't reply. I was like, "What's the surprise?" And then I waited, and I never got a reply email.
I don't know what the surprise is, and I want to be surprised, so I haven't even tried to find out what the surprise is. But I hope it's a cupcake.
What if it's like a cupcake?
Cupcakes.
Wouldn't that be good?
Mm-hmm.
That would be so. What if then the cupcakes are filled with something? Like
more cupcakes.
More cupcakes, and then also gummy worms.
Wow. That's like a surprise within a surprise. You're surprised you get the cupcake, and then you're surprised that there's something in the cupcake.
Okay, Mr. Mathers, I gotta go. I run out of the car.
All right, so you run out of the car, and
thanks, Dad.
You're welcome,
Thanks, Mr.
Mindy.
Mathers.
Have fun. And if the surprise isn't cupcakes, we'll go get cupcakes when I pick you up.
That's a fine arrangement.
And so you all trundle into the infield.
We trundle as a team.
You trundle as a team, and yeah, the rest of the team is starting to show up. Coach Martinez is there and says hello to all of you, and and so the plan is to have a nice practice, and then she's going to show the surprise at the end. So you all do indeed practice, and you're all a little distracted because when an adult tells a bunch of 10-year-olds that there's going to be a cool surprise after practice, like ground balls that would have been easy or a little harder, you're losing pop flies in the sun a little more. But, you do make it through practice like champs. And Coach Martinez gathers you all around at the pitcher's mound and says, "Okay, everybody. Actually, if Zlobs, Darby, if you wouldn't mind running and getting some shovels from the equipment closet."
Oh, I love the shovels.
Okay.
I'll race you there.
No, I'm gonna run on
And so you get shovels. There are 3 or 4 shovels, and you're all standing around the pitcher's mound. And Coach Martinez kind of straightens up and with kind of like a bit of formal presentation says, "Okay, everybody. A time capsule was buried by the Somerville Sweet Peas, which is a youth baseball team that played on this very field a century ago. Now, this was even before the formation of Blittle League, so they played in something called the Affiliation of Youth Baseball Teams, sponsored by the Society of Physical Rectitude, or AYBTSSPR for short.
AYBT. Okay.
Anyway, the Somerville Sweet Peas buried, according to my research, this time capsule right under the pitcher's mound, and so we're going to dig it up."
Wow.
Zlobs, question
Coach,
from the catcher.
Coach, can I use the shovel, please? Please.
You
please,
absolutely
please,
can.
please.
And Darby and Mindy, take the other 2. Get to digging,
Here,
everybody.
Mindy.
Okay.
Coach,
Yes, Zlobs.
Can I use a grenade, please?
Zlobs. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
I dig a very small hole. I take one of the grenades off of my bandolier of grenades because I get those, and I plug it in the hole, and I yell, "Run!" And we all run to the.
Yeah, so you'll sprint. You'll kind of sprint to the foul lines and hunker down, and the grenade does indeed explode with kind of a dull thud, sending kind of a plume of dirt and the pitcher's rubber arcing through the air. And yeah, you all kind of gather back around. Yeah, the kind of the ground is now, the air is full of turf and dust and dirt. And yeah, you end up kind of all gathering back around and looking. Instead of a pitcher's mound, there's now a pitcher's trench.
Whoa.
And at the bottom of this trench is indeed an object. So you dive in. I want each of you to just take a sentence and describe what this thing looks like.
Well, I was not expecting it to be perfectly spherical.
Mm.
It's round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's ink all around. Even though it's like really smooth, there's ink all around where it looks like the players from the Sweet Peas all like wrote little messages on it before it was buried.
Yeah, and it looks like those messages are like swirling. Like that, it's moving all over the surface of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny because if you watch one of the messages, it's like you can't catch it moving. But if you look in the corner of your eye, the whole thing looks like it's swirling. Kind of like a cloud in that way.
It's also very warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's warm, and in point of fact, you think it's kind of getting a little warmer. Like now that you're kind of looking at it and it's exposed to air. Yeah, this thing, it's a perfect sphere. It's metallic looking. And yeah, when you look out of your peripheral vision, you see kind of notes and, written in big letters like good luck and, here's to us. But then when you look at it, all of that writing kind of freezes and becomes much more banal. In fact, there's really only one piece of writing that's very when you're all staring right at it. The one piece of writing that's very, very clear, it says, please hand this to your coach.
Well,
but when you look away, then like that writing fades away and it's replaced by this other weird swirl of writing.
Well, I'm good at following instructions. Ha!
So yeah, the three of you are kind of in this pit, and Zlobs, you reach down and pick it up, and Mindy and Darby, you're kind of right there, and it's a lot heavier than it looks, Zlobs. And so kind of Mindy and Darby kind of steady it, and once you all touch it, something fun happens.
Oh boy.
It gets very, very hot, but instead of dropping it, you feel like you need to hold onto it more. And after kind of a second of trying to move it, you realize that this thing is not moving. Like you're trying to lift it and it can't lift. And then and then you all look like, all right, let's put it down. You try to put it down and you can't put it down. You're kind of stuck to it.
Uh-oh.
And you realize after a few seconds that your hands that you're holding it with start sinking into it.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
And then your
no.
arms, and then your elbows, and you're kind of falling into it.
No. Come!
And everything goes black. Oh, that's weird. Big rush of air. You feel like you all hit your head or something. Like the last couple of seconds are weird. But when you're done feeling whatever it is you're feeling, the three of you are standing in the middle of the infield. The pitcher's mound is intact. It has not been blown up by a grenade or anything. And the three of you are standing there. Big question. Do you want other people here, or do you want it to just be the three of you?
Probably just the three of us while we figure this out.
Okay, so you're here in the middle of the infield, and there's no one else here. It's the middle of the day. Anyone feeling lucky? I want you to roll. Yeah, we need to observe something. So I want just someone to roll, say, 2d6 plus sharp. Tell me what you get.
I'm oblivious.
I'm feeling pretty lucky. That's an 8.
Okay. Well, the weird thing is that the bleachers here at Longstock Field. Well, describe the bleachers. What do the bleachers look like at Longstock Field?
Well, they're wooden bleachers, and they're painted yellow. Like the backs of them are painted yellow, but they have to be repainted like every year.
Yeah, the paint on them looks brand new right now.
Yes, it does. And there is yellow, but there's also green and purple as well. Like this is fresh coat of paint. And in point of fact, the bleacher, like not just the paint looks new and clean, the bleachers themselves look really good. There's, the upper bleacher, like the upper seats in the bleachers, they've kind of been bent and warped, but no, they are kind of ramrod straight. So you can see these things looking very, very good.
Zlobs, isn't this corner where you tripped and lost a tooth?
Yeah, because it was like a broken rusted thing. Oh, it's not broken.
No. And there's no bite mark in the wood anymore either.
No, I was very proud of that bite mark. What's happening? I look at the scoreboard.
Weird.
There is no scoreboard.
Where's the scoreboard?
What?
We fundraised so hard for that scoreboard. We sold so many pizzas.
Mindy, Zlobs, look at the foul line. It's not as tall as I remember it. Like the weeds and the reeds and stuff.
It's usually way over my head, and right now it's only like a foot over my head.
That's weird. This is weird. Where is everyone?
I hadn't even gotten to that yet.
Yeah.
Coach!
This is weird.
Coach!
I'm gonna leave the field, but not far. I just want to go to the bulletin board that's posted right outside the park.
Sure. Yeah, you cross the service road, and you look at the bulletin board, and there are there are a few interesting things on there. One of them, in fact, the thing that's right on top is a big note that says, "Please donate. American Meteorological Society, founded in Boston this past year!" Big exclamation point.
What? Meteorological Society?
There's also a crumpled up flyer offering 2-for-1 tickets for a Boston Flowers game, but the pictures of the players on it are no one you know.
Where's Glade Moon?
Yeah.
Where's Gloria Bugsnax?
Yeah, the big famous player is someone named Lance Pelican.
Lance Pelican.
Pelican.
Is it for a game that hasn't happened yet? Or what does it say?
What's the date on it?
Yes, you kind of unfold the thing because it was all crumpled up. It looked like there were a couple of places in the bottom where you can like rip off a piece.
Oh yeah.
And so you kind of unfold and uncrinkle that, and it's for a. It looks like it's for the next opening game, opening opening season game, which is going to be just around the corner on March 1st of 1921.
Uh, uh, it, oh boy, that's 100 years ago.
100.
Oh boy, that's the kind of math I can do. That's bad math. If I can do that math, that's bad math.
Yeah.
All right.
It's dangerous math. Uh-oh.
Are there any? Where are all the people? Like the 1921 people.
So there's
Is there a car nearby?
Well,
the math wagon hasn't even been invented yet.
Has math been invented? Wagons probably.
I don't know.
Yeah, so this service road here now, like Longstock Field is, it's kind of at the edge of this industrial area. You kind of drive by a bunch of like an industrial park. At least if it was December 31st, 2020, you'd be driving by an industrial park, and there's a place that makes peanut butter, and so sometimes everything smells like peanut butter. Like you immediately are like, are there people? Does it smell like peanut butter? And you don't smell anything. And so, you start walking up the service road. And really, once you round the corner of the service road, you can see through the trees, like one of the factories at the industrial park nearby. There is no industrial park nearby. So Longstock Field is really kind of at the edge of a road that more or less runs through woods at this point.
Whoa. Well,
wow. It must have been right after they converted this old military base into Longstock Field after the war.
The war.
Do you guys think that we're inside the time capsule, or do you think the time capsule sent us back in time?
Great question, Darby. Hit me with a baseball bat.
What?
You want me to hit you?
Yeah, if it hurts, then we're probably in the
Okay.
in the time cap. Well, we went back in time. If it doesn't hurt, we're probably dreaming in the time capsule. That's sound logic. Hit me.
I pick up a stick that's nearby.
Okay, well, they probably didn't have hospitals in 1921, so be careful.
I got banned.
I was gonna poke you first.
Don't poke me. Hit me. Ow!
I want to poke you.
Ow! Ow! You hit me right in the eye.
Okay, so being poked in the eye certainly hurt.
Try hitting him now.
No. The science is done. We did the science. Okay, I think. Ow! You hit me in the other eye. Okay, so I think we went back in time.
To protect your eyes.
I didn't think about that.
So yeah, you kind of there are a few other things on the bulletin board that you kind of rifle through as you're trying to figure things out. One of them is that one of them's about the American Meteorological Society, which is some science organization that just founded. There is there's an advertisement for a harbor boat going out tonight to ring in the new year. So it turns out that today is apparently December 31st, 1920. Yeah, so it's just a kind of a few different things. There's also a note about the they're actually the military base that this whole area kind of replaced is actually still here. That's up the road. So instead of like an industrial park and a ball field, it's a ball field and woods, and then in the woods is a military base. So you kind of get a sense from that, from the bulletin board, because apparently there's some kind of very patriotic event going on, or that just went on at the military base. So yeah.
Oh, Mindy.
What?
Mindy.
Me.
Maybe your Grammy's around.
My Nana?
Your Nana, yeah.
Oh yeah.
If it's 1921, my grandma would be Almost 11. My Nana's a kid.
That's so cool.
Maybe
We'll go
she
see
can
her.
help us.
Have you always lived in that house that you live on?
My Nana has.
Let's go find her.
Let's go find her. Is there a car nearby?
Yeah, so you start heading up the road and you're walking through forest. And you do in fact, so the first car you see is that off of this service road is a road that leads through the woods to the military base. And the military base is surrounded by big, tall fencing. You can see people in there wearing uniforms that look like the in-color version of the black and white photos that you've seen. And the first car you see is this kind of very, well, I was going to say very old. It is new and beautiful looking. This black car, low. It kind of has this like little frame for a roof. It doesn't even have a windshield. And on the side it says Longstock base on it. So the first car you see is an unmonitored military car.
Great.
I don't know, Zlobs.
What, you don't think I can do it? Okay, fine. Challenge accepted. I hotwire it.
Okay, so Zlobs, you don't even need to roll. This thing doesn't need to be hotwired. The start is a crank on the front.
Crank.
Oh, that's not as fun. I crank it.
It turns on.
All right. Do you know how to drive this thing?
I know how to drive. It's just, well, good. Oh, it's a manual. We'll try.
Okay, so here's how this is going to go. For the rest of this session, every time you get a partial success, you're going to really be presented with kind of two options. One of them is going to be like a bad thing, as always. Like, if you get a partial success trying to, say, steal a car, something bad might happen. However, you also have, let's call them 3 strikes. A partial success will give you the option to use one of your 3 strikes of, let's call it the butterfly effect, because you're in the past and your actions will have consequences. So the 3 strikes you have is a global impact thing, a national impact thing, and a local impact thing. So whenever you get a partial, you can say, I take the bad thing, or give me the local, the national, or the global.
Whoa.
So you do not know how to drive a manual transmission car, but darn it, you're going to do your best. So Zlobs, give me a 2d6 plus sharp.
Oh boy, 6.
All right.
God.
Well, yeah.
Oh, my vomit!
Yeah, this thing is making loud noises. It's backfiring. Mindy, you're in the back, and you look and you see that there are, in fact, now people in the military base that are stopping their jogging and cleaning of weapons and stuff, and looks at the officer's car that's sitting outside the gate, turning on and full of kids.
It's the ROTC program. Don't worry about us.
We are from 1921, just like you.
Yes, happy almost New Year.
Okay, so how do you want to? They are at this point now approaching the gate and manually opening the gate. So what do all of you want to do to try to stop them from arresting you and throwing you in a New Year's Eve 1920 military prison?
Run.
I'm gonna pull out my sword because that's gonna scare them.
Oh no.
And then we can run.
Absolutely. That sounds great.
Oh, wait,
So,
I want to help. I want to help.
You definitely do. That sounds good. So,
I want to help by throwing a grenade.
Wow. Okay. Sure.
Not at people. I don't want to hurt anyone. I just want to create an explosion.
So this is really going to be this is kind of an intimidate check here. So, Darby, you're drawing a sword. Zlobs, you're helping with some pyrotechnics from a grenade. So this is an act under pressure with tough. So this is 2d6 plus tough. Zlobs, I love your idea. So Darby, you're going to get a +1 on top of this as well.
9, 10, 11, 12.
All right, that's awesome. So you kind of draw a flaming sword. It's like black and orange flames are leaping up and down the blade. The 3 or 4 military personnel that are running through the gate with guns kind of stop. There is then a loud explosion in front of them. They all cover their eyes, and you all take off like a shot down the street.
Let's go.
So you're all kind of hauling infield through the woods.
We're hauling as a team.
You're hauling as a team.
Hauling as a team.
And eventually, after a bunch of kind of sprinting and hiding, you hear like an alarm in the military base, like. Do
you think that's for us?
And
probably not.
You see a number of cars drive by, and you eventually kind of wait them out. And then eventually you're able to kind of sneak out into Somerville proper here. Now, Mindy, you're navigating towards your grandma's house, and she, now that you're kind of in civilization, you're all wearing Blittle League uniforms, and there is a timeless quality to those. But you are walking around, and it's like you're in the middle of an old moving picture. The only cars on the road are black cars. Most of the roads are, in fact, packed dirt. Some of the buildings look familiar, but most of them are brick buildings, old brick buildings.
This is freaky.
Triple-decker houses. Everyone's wearing hats.
It looks really nice. I actually really appreciate everyone wearing hats.
The fashion.
So navigating is a little tricky. But actually, Mindy, just to see how you do, let's roll. Give me 2d6 plus sharp.
Just to see how I do.
Just to see if you can navigate to your grandma's house on.
Well, you're smart, so.
Roads.
11.
All right, terrific. So you make it to your grandma's house, which at this point in the arc of the world would technically be your great-great-grandma's house, you think. You're standing in front of it. The paint's a different color. There is a brand new black Model T in the driveway. There is a dog outside in like the little fenced in front yard. That dog definitely looks familiar. That's your grandma's dog that she talks about from when she was a kid.
Noodle.
Yeah, that's Noodle.
I go over and pet Noodle.
I
agree.
After you pet Noodle, Noodle runs over to the front door and starts pawing at it. And the front door opens, and there is a girl, probably about a year older than all of you, who looks like she could be Mindy Mathers' sister. Can I help you?
Yeah.
Are you Nana? I mean,
yeah, are you Nana?
What's your Nana's name?
I thought it was Nana.
No, it's not Nana.
Hi, Nana. I'm Zlobs.
Hi,
Nice to meet
Zlobs.
you.
Yeah, Mindy, what's your grandma's first name?
Clarissa.
No, my name is Clarissa. I don't think anyone's called me Nana.
Okay, no one's. It's not Nana.
Okay, well, yours is Zlobs, and who are? Can I help
Hi.
you?
My name is Mindy.
Hi, Mindy. It's very nice to meet you.
I'm Darby.
Hi, Darby.
Mindy's last name is Mathers.
What are the odds of that? So's mine. Mindy, what is your favorite thing that your grandma bakes?
Lemon loaf.
I am whipping up a lemon loaf right now since my parents are out. Would anyone like some?
Oh,
Yeah.
I would love some of your lemon loaf.
All right, come on in.
Oh, thank you.
Mathers, what are the odds? We must be cousins.
I think we might be related.
The inside of your grandma's house is well, structurally it's all there.
Yeah.
That's the banister that you could slide down there. That's the trap door to the attic. There's the downstairs steps. The kitchen, Mindy, where you've spent a lot of time, is very, very different. There is an ice box in here. That is to say, a very large metal fridge with a huge block of ice on top. And so she kind of reaches in there and pulls out some milk in a glass bottle and pours you all about 2 fingers of fresh milk each. And from a little wood burning oven, she takes out a lemon loaf and slices up 4 slices and deals them out like playing cards to all of you. And so you're all sitting around the little kitchen table with Mindy's 11-year-old grandma.
Who's that picture on the wall? Why is his name Woodrow Wilson? That one.
Oh yeah. Zlobs, is it? I guess you're not a fan of politics, huh?
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, that's the president of the United States.
Yes, of course. We all know that, Zlobs.
Oh, that Woodrow Wilson. Yeah.
Because we heard it on the radio.
Love the radio. Big radio fan.
Yes.
Clarissa.
Mm-hmm.
Where you said your parents are out? Where are they doing something special? What are they up to?
Oh, they're shopping right now. They walked down to the corner market, and they'll probably be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Do you play Blittle League, Carissa?
Oh, yes, I do. I'm very, very excited for next season to start. It looks like you all do too. What's your team?
The Sunflowers.
The Saugus Sunflowers.
Yeah.
Oh, Saugus is getting another team?
Yeah, we're expansion team.
Wow,
Yeah, because they wanted another.
Yeah. There were too many kids, and this is like the B team.
Did you add your secret ingredient to the lemon loaf?
How do you know there's a secret ingredient in there?
Oh, she's right in your face.
I know because I've had it before. Clarissa, I've had it in this house. This is the house where I live too. And another time, we're a long way from home, and I'm feeling like I'm under a lot of pressure right now because I don't know what I'm supposed to tell you or not because I've never time traveled before, but we're in a little bit of a pickle and it's nice to have your lemon loaf, but it's really, really weird to see your Nana and not have her recognize you when everything is so different and we don't know when we're going to be able to get home.
Okay, we need to huddle up.
I need you to roll 2d6 plus charm. This is not, essentially this is going to do a couple of different things. But I'll put it to you this way. On a 7 or higher, Nana's going to help you as best as she can. But just roll it and tell me what you get.
I am not very charming in general.
Let's get that from your Nana.
Oh, okay. It's a 9.
Partial success. Do you want something bad to happen? Or would you like to choose from local, national, or global impact?
Ooh, something bad happens.
Okay. So, you're like kind of looking and you're like trying to hold things together. And Clarissa's looking at you and she eventually kind of relaxes her shoulders a little bit and then just comes in and just gives you a hug. Oh, honey, it's okay. Honey, don't you worry about it. It's okay.
I hug too.
Yeah. Me too.
Okay, we're all in here together. Okay.
Anna?
Yes, Mindy?
Are you all the way here? How did this happen?
Well, Mindy, I believe you.
You believe me? It's really crazy.
Yeah, wow, that's great.
Yeah, I believe you. I don't know how I could help, but I believe you.
It's cool.
Yeah, you're trying to think is your old Nana reaching back in time to some? No, this is just
hard to tell.
Yeah, like the sense you get. Actually, Darby, you're kind of the observer of the human condition. You realize that Clarissa is doing what she would expect a grandma to do if a grandchild was on the verge of tears and having a tough time. So she's like, okay, well, so you have traveled back in time, and I am apparently your grandma. That's the. Do I know my onions on this one?
That's it.
Okay.
Yes.
So, great. How far in the future did you come from?
100 years.
Wow. Can you tell me what it's like?
It's great. I don't think we should say too much.
Yeah, there's less hats.
Yeah.
You're still around, which is pretty. Now that I think about it, that's pretty amazing.
I'm still around 100 years from now.
You're doing great.
Huh. So wow. Oh, this changes a lot.
No, I didn't just ruin it by telling you that.
Oh boy, this is great. I was thinking
about
joining the military, but I was always scared that something would happen to me.
You should definitely join the military.
I am joining the military.
Yeah, not
100 years. Oh boy.
Yeah, don't join right now though.
No, I don't think I'm allowed to. I'll focus on Blaseball for now.
Yeah, you said what team are you on?
Oh, well, I'm on the Somerville team. We are in summer. I'm on the Sweet Peas. I'm a Sweet Pea.
Sweet Peas. Oh, you buried the time capsule.
The time capsule.
Yeah, we buried it this morning in practice.
It's already buried. It's in the ground.
It's in the ground, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Wait a second. Your coach must have did something to that time capsule. Who's your coach?
Coach Martinez. Why?
What?
Rebecca Martinez?
No, her name is Maddie Martinez.
Oh, thank
Oh,
goodness. That would have been weird. Imagine if it was our coach, who's definitely not an alien, oh my goodness, that would be, oh my
Oh, what are
goodness.
the odds? Maddie Martinez isn't an alien either.
Oh no.
Clarissa, was there
Wow.
anything?
There is a loud pounding knock on the door. This is the U.S. Army. Open the door.
Darn it! That's what I didn't want.
Clarissa,
Yeah, that's the bad thing.
Clarissa, I know that I'm not supposed to go in your special room, but maybe now would be a great time for just a tiny bit of an exception.
Well, if you know about my secret ingredient, I guess you know about the special room as well.
I know about the secret ingredient. I know about the special room, and I know about the chest in your room. Wait, you don't have that yet. Never mind about the chest.
I'm going to make a note that at some point I'm going to acquire a chest. Got it.
All
right, come with me to my special room.
Okay. Let's trundle as a team.
You trundle as a team up to the second floor, and you're in her bedroom, which has a little 4-poster bed and like a dresser, and she takes one of the panels out of the wall, like one of the kind of the wood panels, because there's like a wood slat wall. And she kind of reaches in and kind of pulls this lever, and you hear this like pneumatic kind of piston-y sound, and a trapdoor opens in the floor.
Whoa, I jumped in.
You jump in, and you fall about 10 feet.
Ow.
And yep, you are in Clarissa Mathers's underground command center. What is in Clarissa Nana Mathers's special room?
In Nana's special room, there's shelves and shelves and shelves of what are they called? Little glass bottles with like cork stoppers, and inside are all kinds of ingredients from different kinds of living things.
Mm-hmm.
Why is there a foot in this one?
Don't touch the foot, please.
I would not touch that foot. That's not a human foot. It looks human, which it makes it would be even more terrifying if I told you what that really was.
But just put it back.
I'm holding it.
An eye opens up on the big toe and looks at you, Zlobs.
Nope.
Oh,
no. This kind of alchemical work was just something that I was doing for fun. But if I'm going to live 100 years, I could do this kind of thing in the military.
Oh boy!
Not that I expect a war to happen, but if there was ever a war, I know I could be involved.
Yeah, you're going to live a lot longer than 100 years, and it's not a coincidence.
Wow.
Yeah. Clarissa, there's one shelf that has the little bottles, but they look empty, but they're not empty. There's something. They seem like they're empty, but I can tell that they're not. What's in those?
Oh, those there? Oh, those are concepts.
What?
Like ideas?
Yeah, concepts, theories.
While everyone's looking, I take the foot jar.
You have the foot. This one here is the concept of sadness. So I wouldn't uncork that unless you really want to feel something here.
Don't.
No. Slaps.
That's the concept of fatigue.
What? How did you bottle? Hey, we don't have time to unpack this. We gotta go to Martinez's house. Coach Martinez's house.
We have to wait for the army to leave.
They're not gonna leave.
I take the fatigue bottle and start making my way.
Honk?
It did. I'm gonna go throw this at the army people.
Okay. So
just a little bit. Just uncork a little bit.
So Darby, sure. You're in this kind of command bunker / witch's chamber. And from here, you think you could work your way into kind of crawl spaces throughout the house. And so let's have you this is going to take some. I think this is going to take some toughness overall. So this is going to be a kick some butt roll. So you're going to get into a position where you can kind of uncork a vial of fatigue and kind of sneak it through either the floorboards or the ceiling boards to to the intended target. So 2d6 plus tough.
That's 9, 10, 11.
All right. So you kind of uncork it, and there's a chandelier hanging above the living room, and you're kind of on top of the chandelier looking through the wood slats. And so you kind of, from on top of the chandelier, kind of loosen the little plate and kind of pour this liquid nothing kind of down into the living room. All the soldiers are kind of looking around. One of them's giving orders to everybody else about how they're gonna tear apart the house, and then all of a sudden the sergeant in charge says, all right, well, it's gonna be easy. See, you're gonna take those top floors, and then we're gonna room by room, and in a minute we're gonna do that. These chairs look great. Let's just all have a good sit. Sergeant's orders. And yeah, everyone in this army search squad sits down, and after kind of 20 or 30 seconds, they kind of lean their guns against the table and go ahead and just close their eyes and go to sleep. So they're all taking a midday nap at the dining room table.
Nana, that's
so cool.
I'm very good at this.
We better get out of here, though, before it wears off.
Yeah.
Give it back to her.
Okay. She reshelves it. So yeah, you've got a few minutes to get out of here. And how are you going to do that?
Sneak.
Well, put it to you this way. Where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Coach Martinez's house?
Yes, to Coach Martinez.
Okay. So Clarissa knows how to get there. So you want to kind of make it there via sneaking.
Yeah.
Got it. All right.
Sneak.
So this is going to be an act under pressure using, I'm going to say sharp for this one. So who wants to roll to lead the sneak?
Why don't I do that? That's going to be a 14.
Whoa.
Nice. So you get out of the house, and there's kind of a back. You're essentially sneaking between the plasterboards, and you kind of emerge through the back door, just as Mindy, your great grandparents get home and see 4 soldiers asleep at their dining room table, but that is not something you have to worry about right now. You then kind of sneak through various backyards and through alleyways and kind of the twisting, winding, perpetually dense Somerville, Massachusetts, to get to Coach Maddie Martinez's house.
Well, there's a lot of military trucks driving around too.
Yeah, all the major roads in Somerville, there are military trucks driving by, soldiers standing on corners. Every so often there's a siren in the distance. So that's kind of what you're avoiding via sneaking.
I wonder what they're looking for.
Zlobs.
Yeah.
Do you remember the flaming sword and the grenade?
Oh boy, that's repercussions.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, I don't know for sure.
What's a good
Maybe
because
theory?
I thought we scared them pretty bad, but
Yeah.
Maybe we should try and keep kind of a low profile.
Okay.
So, Coach Maddie Martinez's house is a one of the rare single-family houses in Somerville. It's sitting on a little, very well manicured little garden, nice, beautiful little pathway. There's a little archway you walk through, and you knock on the front door. And you open it, and it is clearly Coach Rebecca Martinez.
Hi, Coach.
Coach.
Wait a second.
Coach.
Uh-oh.
Hi, Coach.
Marissa, who are these people that aren't on our team but have still called me Coach?
We're the Saugus cousins. Cousins from Saugus.
Mindy, 2d6 plus cool.
Oh no! That's my worst. 8.
Okay.
Miracle.
That is a miracle. Would you like a local impact, national impact, or global impact? The bad thing that will happen is literally you fighting the U.S. Army. So we're just going to focus on the impacts right now. Do you want whatever? Do you want this butterfly effect to be local, national, or global?
Let's go for a global impact.
Perfect.
I don't know why that seems like the right call.
I don't think there is a right call.
Yeah.
Oops.
All right, what's the global impact?
Oh, you're not going to find out until later.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
that makes sense. Oh, no.
So
We'll be able to handle it, I'm sure.
So Coach Martinez brings you all inside and closes the door. And her house is definitely not an alien's house. It's full of all the things that a human should have, like food and furniture.
It's a very nice human table.
Thank you very much. So, are you from the past or the future?
What?
What? Where's the Saugus cousins?
Where's this August Sunflowers?
We're from the future.
Okay,
She knows.
Now she knows. Thanks, Darby. Wow, way to blow our cover there.
Well, it's gonna be easier to figure out how she can help us get back if she just knows.
This is about the time capsule, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you're here, then that means I dramatically miscalculated something.
What did you What? Why did you? It was warm.
What did you mean to calculate?
Well, we all wanted to kind of put our thoughts into it, or I had all of the players. I wanted them to put their thoughts into it, and so that when the thing is, I'm sorry, not I, another coach should have been the only one to touch it.
It said, okay, hold on. Coach, you coach, now coach. It said, I follow you. I'm a good instruction follower. It said to hand it to your coach, and I did.
Yeah, that was my mistake too.
What?
I think clearer wording would have been something like, don't touch this, children. Or perhaps...
It was warm. I like to touch warm things. Also, a third miscalculation. Coach.
Yeah, this was not my best work. Okay.
Okay. Well, you can just send us back.
Yeah, send us back, please.
Please.
Well, you see, I don't know if I can do that.
Coach.
Well, I mean, I think I could. We've got 2 options. Hold on. 2 options.
Okay.
Okay.
I
like options. Yeah, if you think you can do it, you have 2 options. That's great.
Yeah. Option 1 is we go to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and I can freeze you in one of their deep freeze tanks for 100 years, and I'll put a note on it so that I don't need.
You don't have a good you don't have a very good history with notes.
You're absolutely right. I'm going to remember to let you out, or that is to say, I'm going to remember to tell the next human coach of the, what team are you on? The Sunflowers? That makes sense. To let you out in 100 years. So that's the slow way. The fast way is we could steal the dynamo from the American Meteorological Society, and I could try to rip open a hole in time.
Oh
What?
yeah, let's rob some nerds. Let's do it.
Wait, Coach?
Yes?
If you remember to tell the next human coach of the Somerville Sunflowers to let us out kind of from that side, from the coach in the year 2020, if you remind that human coach to, when we will go into the time capsule, then you can say to her that when that happens in the future, to take us back out into the future on that side of time.
What?
So we wouldn't even have to do anything?
So that
Coach
maybe
would just
any
pull us out?
moment she'll just pull us out, the next human coach?
Yes. You would prefer that to us stealing a dynamo from the Meteorological Society?
Wouldn't that mean that we'd still just have to live here until Coach can meet Coach to tell Coach to pull us out, though?
Well, it wouldn't really be living. You would be stone cold
Oh.
asleep in deep hibernation for a century or so, and then we'll just let you out.
Is Clarissa still here?
Oh, yeah. She's observing all of this very intently.
Clarissa, do you trust your coach?
Coach Martinez, absolutely.
Okay. Well, I don't know. It's not the same coach, but it is the same. Well,
Okay, Coach Martinez. That sounds great. We're gonna do the stealing thing you want tomorrow, and we'll be right back tomorrow to do the stealing thing. Zlobs and Darby and Clarissa, do you want to go get some fresh air with me?
yes.
Can we get some more
Yeah,
lemon
that
milk?
sounds great.
Thank you for the excellent plan, Coach Martinez.
Thanks, Coach.
We'll see you tomorrow in the past, which is now.
What is that, the future of the past? Yeah, I'm glad we all did this plan.
Wait, Mindy, do you just want to go steal it without the coach?
I think that we should go dig up the time capsule. Because if it's not in the ground at all in the year 1921, then in our year, if I'm thinking right about this, if it was never in the ground, then when we go to dig it up, we would have never found it and we would have never disappeared into it, which means that either we will pop back out in 2020 or we will be lost forever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking would happen. Definitely, is we'd just be lost forever.
It's definitely one way or the other.
Oh yeah, we'd be loose ends that you could just plug.
Do you think my wingway works across time? No, probably not.
Well, it could probably take us right to it could take us right to Longstock Field.
Let's go see the time capsule.
All right.
Okay. So, you want to get to Longstock Field here.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you want to do that?
Oh, it's the military.
Wingway.
Let's take the wingway.
Yeah, but I don't like it, but we'll do it.
Can Clarissa come?
Yeah, of course Clarissa can come.
Well, it depends if the wingway works.
Yeah, I can take 3 other people.
Okay.
Well, sometimes.
All right. So, Darby, use the angelic power of teleportation. Roll 2d6 plus weird to use the wingway.
It's an 8 plus 1 is a 9.
Okay. So we've already checked off global impact.
No.
Would you like
Oh my
local
God.
impact or national impact?
A local impact.
Cool. All right. So you kind of close your eyes and gather everybody around, and you start kind of picturing Longstock Field, and you're like, okay, got it. All right, everybody. And, you kind of open up the wingway, and it's like you kind of arc like on this rainbow bridge through time and space. The problem is that, Longstock Field is Longstock Field, but a little different. So you kind of have to, instead of doing it in one big jump, you have to do it in kind of 2 little jumps. And so the first jump is into, back to Nana Mathers's house. And so, in the middle of the dining room, Mindy's great-grandparents are talking to 4 woozy soldiers. Well, you see, it's the darndest thing, ma'am, sir. We're trying to track someone that we thought tried to steal a car. And so obviously this is something that we don't want to happen. And well, why would you think that it's in our house? That's awfully presumptuous of you to come in here and take a nap. And in the middle of this conversation, the 4 of you materialize in the dining room on the table. And right there, and then you wink back out of distance. And then you pop up in the middle of the infield at Longstock Field.
That went better than I thought it would. To be totally honest, a little bumpier than normal. We made it.
I go over to the pitching mound. Pop, run.
And so you kind of scatter to the foul lines again. Another big explosion. The pitching leather arcs through the air, and sure enough, at the bottom is a silver orb about this big. If you don't look directly at it, you see a bunch of floating words. If you do look directly at it, it says, "Please hand this to your coach."
Please.
Great. I jump on it.
Wait.
What?
Zlobs, you jump on it. Now, Zlobs, what do you want to happen here?
I want to go back home.
Okay.
Oh no.
That's totally fine.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. I'm glad that's happened, John. I'm glad that's happened.
That's definitely going to happen. Just roll 2d6 plus cool.
Oh boy, yeah. Okay, you got an 11 because I'm so cool.
Nice. You realize it's like, okay, this thing's fresh. I know how it works. I have to think good thoughts. You jump on it, you pick it up, it starts getting warm, your hand starts sinking into it. Darby, you kind of jump onto it too. And Mindy, like, this thing's heating up and it's about to kind of go. Clarissa's standing there in the middle of the infield. Well, I guess that's it for now then.
Take her with us.
Okay, Clarissa.
Yeah?
If this works, then I will see you, not soon, but I'll see you again someday. If this doesn't work the way that I think it's going to, then you're doing your experiments, right?
I am.
Okay, you have to keep on doing your experiments. That is very important because I'm one of them. But if you reach 111 years old and you do not have a granddaughter named Mindy Mathers, will you please come looking for us?
I promise I will.
Thank you.
Yeah. What if we go back to 1820?
No.
And that's
Let's-
the last thing that you think before
No!
Mindy kind of jumps in and there's a big whoosh and flash of light. Whew. Okay. You are holding the sphere, and you hear Coach Martinez saying, "Well, are you going to show it to us, or are you just going to keep holding it?"
Oh my God, Zlobs.
We are not gonna touch it anymore. We're gonna hand it to you.
No one else touch it.
No one else touch it.
No one touch it. It's just for Coach.
And we
Okay.
are
All right,
going to
everyone.
back away.
Let's open this thing up.
Okay.
And she kind of like twists the two hemispheres of it, and nothing happens. She said, "Well, that's funny. There should have been a message in here. Oh, wait a minute." And then she looks at all of you. Oh. You know what, everyone? Plan for next practice. I want all of you to write down a note on a piece of paper. We are going to bury a new time capsule for the year 2120, and we're going to do it the old-fashioned way with letters in a glass bottle, okay? Okay. Everyone done?
That sounds good.
Yep. And with that, practice is over, and you're waiting, Mindy, Zlobs, and Darby, for the math wagon. But instead of the math wagon, 3 black SUVs drive up, and the front window of the middle one, opens, and a very serious woman with sunglasses looks out. Mindy's friends, come on. Hopefully practice was good.
Oh no.
What? We get the
All right, in we go.
Okay.
Okay.
I get in the car. Oh, this is cool. This is the leather seats. Oh
Um,
boy. Oh, this root beer.
Yeah. What's the name of the best cupcake place in Somerville?
Lindell's.
Lindell's, absolutely. So you drive to the Somerville mayoral mansion, and the two Somerville mayoral Secret Service agents that were in the car with you walk up and open the front door. And inside, Mindy, is your dad, the mayor, Mr. Mathers. And on the dining room table is a dozen Lindell's cupcakes. I got the ones with the gummy worms in the middle because it's a surprise within a surprise.
You're the best, Dad.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing practice ended when it did. Your grandma's about to be on TV.
Oh.
And you turn on the television, and right on the big screen, there's like a scrolling ticker on the bottom that says address from the world's chief witch to continue shortly. Address from the world's chief witch to continue shortly. And after like a minute or so of that scrolling text, a camera turns on. It's in front of this beautiful podium, and behind it is this weird starscape with planets and all of that.
Wait,
is your grandmother in charge of the Society Internet Blaseball Research?
Nana Mathers, wearing a very sharp getup, stands in front of the podium. It says, "Attention, citizens of Earth, it's me, Nana Mathers, just checking in on some of the very exciting witch research that's been going on that will be sure to enrich all of your lives." Well, after decades of research, I've officially perfected messaging time travel So if there's anyone in the future or the past you want to talk to, be sure to consult your local Office of Witchcraft. They'll be sure to send a note to a loved one. Rest assured, we don't think the timeline will be affected. Also,
Dad,
if my
Dad.
math is right, he quick pauses it. Yes, Mindy.
Sorry. So, Nana's on TV,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it is Wednesday.
right? It's Wednesday, and she's the world's. Wait, she's the net. Wait, she's
Chief Witch.
chief.
She's
witch.
she's Earth's chief witch.
So everybody knows about this kind of her sort of things that she does, sort of in her special room,
Well, she became famous during the war.
right? And that also means that does everybody know sort of
At roughly this moment, he like your dad looks a little confused. We'll talk later. It looks like, and then he unmutes it.
yeah, never mind.
And so it's the Nana Mathers, chief witch of the world, is continuing kind of her weekly address, and she says, "And to everyone out there, have a very, very happy New Year. 2021 is right around the corner in just a few hours. And if there's someone very special out there that I met a long time ago, why don't you open that little drawer and see what's inside?" Bye, everybody.
Bye.
And you're in the Somerville mayoral mansion. You're like, what the heck does that mean? And you realize, Mindy, your face is drawn to, out the front window, because outside of most of the city halls in the world is an 8-foot statue of your grandma, with her, and they're all in all different shapes and sizes. But the one in front of Somerville City Hall is her with her foot on a chest, with her hand kind of outstretched like this, and the plaque says, "I will never die. I heard it from a good source." You go outside. You're all kind of instinctually led outside, and there is, you're kind of looking at the chest, and there's a little red light on it. And as you're looking at it, it just kind of flips to green, and a drawer pops out.
Oh,
And there's a note in there, and it says, "Mindy,
It's for you.
Dear Mindy, it's Clarissa. I took your advice and joined the military. I also took your advice and continued the experiments. You are my most important one. But I never told anyone. So your secrets are safe with me, just as the secrets you keep are safe with you. Hopefully Darby and Zlobs and you have a good season this season. I will be home soon with a lemon loaf. I love you,